Hey guys, Killer Chris here. So today we are gonna talk about some streaming audio and various different versions of sound setup you can do for your stream. And before you ask, yes, I did buy this incredibly expensive light case here just for the purpose of this silly intro. It even comes with like Monster Energy, yay! Yeah, so this case here was obviously not just for the purpose of this silly intro, but for transporting my entire, or mostly my entire stream setup, like my servers, my dual system PC, microphones, mixes, all stuff, like very sensitive stuff, and rest of my gaming hardware here in like a safe way, so I don't have to worry about stuff getting damaged, and I can transport it more easily because stuff is also really heavy. This thing here has wheels. Anyway, if you'd like to know more about how I plan to transport my things to LAN parties and events like DreamHack, let me know in the comment below. For now, let's go onward with the video. So let's get started here with the actual subject of today. So first of all, let's just get one question out of the way here. Why do you want good sound quality for your stream? It's quite a simple question. It's because the viewing experience, half of that is actually the sound. You'll notice this if you've seen like a YouTube video that has amazing video quality and crappy audio. So you're like, it's pretty and all, but it hurts my ears. So yeah, although we are filming on a super good camera and a not as good microphone here, but that's what I have at the moment. So leave an upvote on this video if you want to support the content I make here, and hopefully we can get some better audio here for the camera. But so for the topic here of today, I have lined up some of the stuff I have been using throughout the time, and I'll tell you a little about the pros and cons about these things here. So first up, we have a god-awful camera. It's a webcam. This is actually my very first webcam that I had as a standalone web camera. It is a 7.3 30 FPS camera, so the lowest you can possibly buy at this point of time, and it has a built-in microphone. It's a tiny little dot here. Over on the other side there's a little LED. And this microphone here, as you might expect from the size and probably from the price of this unit here, if you look it up, is a C210, I think, from Logitech. It is the worst, but it did what it did. It's like a webcam, and that is the main part of this thing. It is a webcam, not a microphone. The worst part about this, it sits far away from you, and the keyboard is in between, so you get a lot of on your stream, which is god annoying to hear. So I didn't use this. I had my built-in microphone in my headset, which is fine. It's fine for if you're just starting out streaming here, but this is a little more advanced tutorial or guide, whatever you want to call it, about audio, and we'll take it up a step here. So the next thing I went for was a standalone microphone. This is a Antlion mod mic. It is basically a microphone that mounts kind of like a GoPro camera to your headphones. So if you have some good headphones that doesn't have a microphone, you can turn them into a headset with one of these. I think this is the third generation. They have improved these massively over time, and they are excellent. I highly recommend. Even if you just want to buy a headset, get one of these, get a decent pair of headphones. Good to go. Way better than gaming headsets. And I used this for quite some time until I switched to a USB microphone. This is not a USB microphone, obviously. You can see it from this thing here. This is a super cheap XLR microphone that I have for my new audio setup to bring more people in, so we can have more people talking on the stream here and have multiple persons streaming. I'll explain this a bit later, but USB condenser microphones. If you're just looking for like a easy, fast sound upgrade that doesn't cost too much, maybe you have gotten like, I don't know, $30 in donation from your first streaming revenue, and that's awesome. I would highly recommend you upgrading your sound. That's one of the first things. Sound and camera. That's like, this is the cheapest and the most impactful you can do to your stream. If you have a webcam on your stream, doesn't have to have. There's a lot of people that stream without webcams, so sound definitely a plus to upgrade first, and USB condenser microphones will go a very long way. Something like a T-Bone or something doesn't have to cost a whole lot. It's a very good way. Another way to go, if you want to like still have the cheaper upgrades of the sound, go with a XLR microphone, a cheap XLR microphone, because they usually have way better sound quality in them for the price, since you don't have to pay for a interface built into the microphone that can output the sound to a USB port. But for that you need a audio interface. This is a Scarlett 6i6. This is a very expensive audio interface. I do not recommend getting one of these here for the first one. I got mine used, so I got a good price on it, so I thought, what the hell. I learned a bit and the stream deserved it. So yeah, this is definitely, these improve the sound of the microphone you're using drastically. Although there's very many diminishing returns after you like go to a tier up every time. So cheap USB interface, just a one, basically just one that has like a XLR plug to a USB thing. That's awesome. And try to not buy them on Amazon or something. Go to a fucking sound store or something and just try and like feel them. Maybe you can even try and hear them with various microphones and see what you find best. I highly recommend trying out, because these you can basically measure their quality by the weight. This unit here is actually quite heavy, even for its small size. So that is what I have been using. I used this here alongside my AT2020 microphone. Something I also want to point out, some sort of pop filter or foam cap for a microphone is a godsend. It does not cost very much. It doesn't have to be expensive at all. You can even use a nylon sock and like a piece of steel wire or something, bend it into a shape. It's not pretty, but it will get the job done, especially if you're doing voiceover for videos. So yeah, I think that's rounds it up here about what I've been using, and some of the stuff here that I would recommend for various pieces. And you know what, let's go take a look at what I'm currently using, because I think like what I can do with this I have right now is awesome, and I think you will like it. Alright guys, so now we are at the final part of the video here, where I'm going to show you what I personally use here for my stream and my stream setup, and some of the things I can do this year. Some of these things I might not have been seen before, so I hope you enjoy. First up we have my microphone here. It's a AT2020 from Audio-Technica with a foam cap, so it takes all the sounds out of the microphone so it doesn't catch up. They can sound absolutely horrible if you have those. And it's mounted to a shock mount, so it reduces vibrations from the table, so you don't hear that in the microphone. And it's mounted to a microphone mount that is easily to maneuver and put wherever I want. It's important here to get a good quality microphone arm, because if you get a lower quality microphone arm, these microphones here can get really heavy. So if you put it here, then you'll notice it will just slowly fall down, and then you'll have to like go like this here all the time when you're streaming, which is not what you want to spend your time on. You want to spend your time on streaming. So good quality arm, highly recommended. And this here is the XLR edition, which pipes into my mixer board and USB audio interface, preamp, compressor. This is basically everything you could need built into one unit here. It is quite expensive, but it is so versatile and can do a lot of good things here. What I like especially about this unit is that it have 4 combi microphone inputs. So you can have XLR, or you can have the jacks here. So the jacks just plug into the hole, and the XLR uses the 3 smaller holes. You have the high pass filters you can put on or off, whatever you want. You have the gain for the microphones, and you have a compressor. So this here will take away the like or the super low whispering voices. I'm sorry for that, headphone users out there. There's no built-in compression on the camera, so sorry. And here we have the EQ, so you can adjust highs. All this row is highs, this row here is mids. The channels 5 to 10 here don't have mid adjust. I don't use it that much. It doesn't make that much of a difference if, from what I have. Audiophile people, I'm sorry. I know it makes a ton of difference if you're super much into audio. But yeah, normal people might not pay attention to this here. But the highs and lows are what is important to adjust, so you can adjust so you have a nice deep voice or have a bit lower voice if your voice is deep already. Then we have the effects, where you can apply effects, so you can apply a deep, like Darth Vader sound or a reverb or a radio voice to your effects, and you can adjust. They are analog dials, so you can adjust it as much as we want. You basically have infinite options, and you can pan the sound. So if you want it to only come from the right, or you want it to only come from the left, or you want to make stereo sound, you can use 2 microphones and use these dials here to do that. And here you have the levels of the microphones. You can turn them all the way up, or you can mute them by turning them all the way down. So the thing I use this board here for the most, or my main reason to upgrading to this board here, other than it's great sounding, is that it have multiple channels and I can mix it as I want here. Sitting controlling the stream, it gives me a ton of control, and I can do this. So over here on the stream deck, I have set up some scenes in OBS, and I can go to a volcano scene here, and I have an extra camera. So what I can do is I can push this button here, and I can get up off my chair, and I can walk into a set location here on the green screen, turn this microphone on, and I can now go, hey guys, we are now reporting live from a volcano for some reason. Or it could be salt mines if people are being salty in your stream chat. Or it could be to the gates of heaven if somebody is a really nice person and supports your stream. Just some of the examples here, let's just change them. Salt mines, or heaven, hello guys. You can easily adjust if you want to like be in a different position of the picture. You can just move your camera element around in OBS itself. So this is a super versatile way to get some extra if you want to gain some extra production values on the stream. Other streamers might not have. It's about being creative, you know, and do different things. So this here is definitely a thing that I might be able to recommend for your stream. These extra microphones here is like a cheap free pack of XLR microphones I got on Amazon for like 18 British pound. I don't know what that is in dollars or euro, but you can definitely find these on Amazon. Just cheapest one. They are made of plastic. But yeah, I think now we're gonna go into and see how the microphone actually sounds in the whole setup, and I think you'll enjoy.
Alright guys, here, so this is now the sound system you are listening to instead of the microphone that I have on the camera. The mic is in a bit odd position here, but it was how I hanged. I was experiencing having it out of the frame, hanging up here or something. That didn't quite work out. Maybe if you have a shotgun mic, you can do it like that, but not today. So now I'm just gonna show you how the microphone here sounds and how the board sounds and how some of the effects sound. So for example here, for a bit of fun here on the stream, you could do something like turning up this style. Hey guys, now we have a super weird voice and I can change the parameter of the effects and make it sound a bit weird. But yeah, I'm speaking just like I spoke before, and it sounds like I've inhaled a lot of helium. So that is one of the effects that I like to use. It's mainly just for fun. It's like a gag effect. It's not like for super professional use. Although this one here is quite interesting, I think so myself here. So I can turn up the radio voice. Hey guys, now it sounds like we are in a radio studio or something like that. Or I can turn the parameter dial here of the radio voice, and yeah. So this is some of the effects here you get with the board. I totally think that effects is not something you use all the time, but they can be useful here in some situations, and it's nice to have. If you want to make some fun of the thing, go like, "You shall not pass" or something like that. Or if you want to do it right, you can go like,
"You shall not pause. You shall upload and like this video. Remember to leave a comment if you want to see more, and maybe what you would like to see next. Thank you, and goodbye."
For the sole purpose of doing this silly intro. Fuck!